What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we are back with a brand new video for you guys today, and the DLC for the next expansion has leaked. Now, as you guys can see on the screen on the PlayStation Store, they actually leaked the Season Pass for the new DLC. Now, I'm really keen for this, guys. It looks absolutely awesome. This is something that we want to get ready to go, and you can see it's pretty much just being released. So guys, I think it came out in the last hour. So guys, the next DLC we have is Arc Genesis. Now you can see that they have implemented a Season Pass because they're obviously not going to stick it with the older Season Pass because money. So you now have to buy a new Season Pass. For me, it's 50 bucks, which, you know, it's okay. But this looks absolutely hella dope. Now, some of these creatures that you guys are about to see are so sick. So what we're going to do, we're going to quickly go through the description. So you can see here, this is the description. So continue your quest for survival and unlock a whole new chapter in the saga of Arc. With the Arc Genesis Season Pass, this Season Pass gives you access to 2 huge new expansions and 1 exclusive in-game cosmetic pet. Further the Arc storyline while adventuring through unique and diverse biomes via an all-new mission-based game mechanic. Discover, utilize, and master new creatures, new craftable items, and new craftable structures unlike anything you have seen yet. So the Genesis Season Pass includes Arc Genesis Part 1 and then Arc Genesis Part 2. Now they're splitting them up. They're doing one at the end of this year, one at the beginning of next year, which is absolutely sick. Just in time for Christmas, so if you guys need your parents to buy it for you, tell them you want this for Christmas. Now, you also get the exclusive HLNA cosmetic pet, which is only obtainable by purchasing the Arc Genesis Season Pass. For those of you that really couldn't put it together, this is pretty much Helena. Like, it's a shortened version of Helena. Because if you guys remember correctly, at the end of Extinction, she's in her Homo Deus skin, so she kind of just comes with you, I guess, and I'm guessing that she's in this little robot. But guys, enough about that. Let's take a look at some of the new creatures. Now, jumping in here straight off the bat, look at this big beastie boy. Giant looking turtle, dude. Now, this guy looks absolutely sick. Now, one thing I do want to talk about before we talk about the creature is that it looks like we are actually on the island. Now, I know there's lots of little islands located around multiple maps, but just the whole layout of the picture reminds me of the island. Now, you can see here that there is an actual base built on the back of this guy. So, one thing I don't see is an actual saddle. So, I would say these guys are probably tameable. Like, you wouldn't be able to build a base on them if they weren't tameable. But the thing is, where are you supposed to, like, control it from? Unless you can just tame it and then it just does its own thing and you can't actually ride it per se, if that makes sense. I don't know. There's a lot of misconceptions, I guess, about it, because where is the saddle for it? Like, it's just a bunch of stony plates. But this dude looks absolutely sick. You can see here he's got 4 eyes, possibly 6. He's eating some kelp looking stuff. He's got about 6 legs. Main reason I know that is because if you look down here in the bottom right hand corner, there's actually another one down here, and you can see that he's got like a flat rocked area on the back of his back, very similar to this one. So I'm guessing they're all going to have the same sort of building space, I suppose. But yeah, you can see he's got his legs there as well. So he's got 6 legs. He doesn't have a tail or anything, but he looks absolutely sick. But yeah, this does kind of remind me of the island. So I'm thinking we're on the island for one of the DLCs. Now let's move on to the next image. We've got this little image here. Now this guy is hella cute. Reminds me of the Jaboa. You got Helena scanning him over here. That's another thing we didn't really talk about. So in the previous bits of Arc, there have obviously been the dossiers. But now that Helena's gone, she was the one that actually wrote all the dossiers, if you guys weren't aware. But now that Helena's gone, I'm a bit curious as to how we're going to get the dossiers, and I'm pretty much thinking that this little robot thing is actually going to scan them. You can see here she's scanning them at the moment, and that's actually going to give us the dossier. However, if they're a little bit more hostile, I'm going to say we might have to kill them for the dossier. I don't know. I guess we'll find out when they actually start releasing the dossiers for the creatures. But yeah, and even if you don't have the Helena thing, like, I'm pretty sure they will do the part 1 separate and part 2 separate, possibly. So I don't know if you would actually need the Helena pet to get the dossiers. That's another really good thing. Like, if you don't want to fork out the 50 bucks for the season pass and you just want to get the first part to play, I don't know how it would work. Maybe you just unlock him by killing him. But yeah, onto this little dude. He reminds me of the Jaboa. You can see he's got a little tail. He's got another 6 limbs as well. But in his hands, he's holding like a purpley crystal. And it kind of reminds me of like a corruption sort of crystal. But he looks so cute. He looks adorable. He kind of given me Jaboa vibes. They probably would have used same assets for this guy. But he looks pretty sick. Now, another thing that I want to point out is I don't know if it's just the picture itself or if it's actually supposed to be this. But if you look around Helena here, there's actually like some sort of distortion through like the background. I don't know, like I said, if it's actually the picture or if it's supposed to be like that. But that could mean that like arcs have like combined together and you go through like these distortions to reach another arc. Sort of like Extinction, if you get what I mean, like through those biomes. But yeah, this little dude that looks absolutely sick. So let's move on to the next one. And this one, this guy is probably my favorite dude out of all of them. Look at him. He looks absolutely sick. Now, we're going to go ahead and call this guy the Magmadon, just because I feel like that's a fitting name. He's got a tail back here. He's got huge armored plating. Kind of looks like rock almost. Like, yeah, it kind of looks like it's like steel or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just like bony outcrops from him. But you can see he's got huge claws here, which is absolutely sick. He's got this massive clubbed tail. He's got this crest as well. Now, this crest looks sick. It could mean he's like a king or something. Might mean he's a boss and you can actually tame like smaller versions of this dude without the crest. I don't know. At this stage, it's all bloody speculation. But he looks absolutely sick. Now, another thing that I want to mention is in the background, you've got a volcano exploding. And once again, that sort of theme that it's on the island sort of reveals itself. And this mountainside looks like the mountainside of the volcano on the island. So my kind of idea is that maybe this volcano has erupted and everything's just gone to shit on this island. Like, everything's bad. There's just crap going wrong everywhere. And that's why we've got these sort of mutated six-limbed creatures. Like, maybe the volcano's given off radiation. Maybe this island has been subjected to radiation. Maybe this was the island that everything went wrong on. And, like, this volcano is just constantly erupting. I don't know. It could be a whole heap of things, but all I know is that this Magmadon dude looks absolutely sick. And I would dare to say he has 6 limbs, because at the moment we can only see 2, but like, he's just going to be crawling, and that would just be weird. I would say he's got 2 hind legs as well. I don't see really anything else in the image though, so yeah, let's move on to the next one. Now, this one here is really nothing new. You can see we've pretty much got all of this, but this is the little Helena robot that I was telling you about. So this is the pet that you get if you buy the season pass. But it's got the thumbs up and everything. Oh god. But that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking she'll be following you around. And if you look over in the description here, it says that you will get via all new mission based mechanic. So I'm thinking that Helena is going to be this little robot, and she's going to guide you around doing these missions to maybe try and save the island arc that got corrupted, like the island arc that's going on with all this. That's just a guess. Like, that could be a possibility, but I'm just trying to figure out that whether or not you don't buy this, will you still have access to the other DLC packs, and like, how will that work? I don't know. But in the background, you've got the green orb. It does sort of remind me of the island once again. So I'm thinking that it's definitely on an island arc, but it's one that's gone wrong. And in terms of not uniqueness, but being able to implement it faster, it would be better for the devs because it's obviously got used assets, so it would be easier for them to make the DLC and get it out in time. Just an observation. But other than that, there's nothing really new other than that in this picture. You know, you can see there's still the same structures, stone railings, so nothing new here. Jaboa, maybe new emotes, I don't know. But that's not something you kind of want to show off. So guys, let's move on to the next and final picture, and we have this big boy here. Now, this dude looks absolutely juiced. Look at this guy. He's got 6 limbs, he's got 4 arms, 2 legs, and he does not look happy. Even Helena is like, oh crap, let's run away from this guy. He is bad news. So, he looks like he's actually going to grab Helena, which is pretty cool. Now, one thing straight away that I want to observe is between this dude and, where is he? This little guy? Right here. Right, let's compare the two. Compare the pair. Now, this guy looks like he's got the same sort of ears. He's got the same sort of ears. He's got the same sort of face. If you look at it, like, look at that face. That is pretty much exactly the same as this little dude. It's just like a little bit wider and bigger. But another thing is that this guy doesn't have purple eyes. But look at the color of the crystal. Look how it's kind of radiating purple. You can see on his fur here, he's got sort of like a purple lining. That's from the light from the crystal. So my guess is this guy has like eaten the crystal, or the crystal, he's held onto the crystal, and it's actually kind of corrupted him. Because he's got purple eyes up here. So I'm thinking he's kind of like corrupted this dude, and it's just sent him into a frenzy. So I'm thinking this is kind of like the juvenile version, or like maybe a baby tame, or even you can like feed him these crystals in order to get him into this. But then again, I don't know whether this guy would be tameable or not. So many questions, so exciting. But yeah, like, and if you look at the background as well, like, it is a very similar background, like, just from different angles, if you get what I mean. Like, it looks like it could be the same creature. I'm 100% sure that it is the same creature. And this dude looks absolutely ferocious. He doesn't look like he's coming around to play. He looks like he's ready to kill everything and anything he sees. But I'm really keen for this DLC, guys. And if I didn't cover it already, it does come out. The first part is available in December. Hopefully that doesn't get pushed back, but that'll only be on PC. Probably next year, mid-February, mid-January, I'd say it comes to consoles, just because of the nature of Arc. And hopefully that'll allow them to flesh out most of the bugs. And then available winter 2020. My winter is different to your guys' winter, so I don't know if it's going to mean like the first 3 months, so like January, February sort of thing, or if it's going to mean in like the middle of the year. Actually, it would probably be the middle of the year, because I think this is the European one. So yeah, so I'm thinking it's like the middle of next year, so like June, July. So I'm really keen for it, guys. Get hyped. I definitely would like take out the images if you really want to. And I would subscribe to my channel, because we will be covering everything that comes out of the Genesis DLC. But I'm really excited that they actually leaked it. So yeah, it's really exciting. But guys, we're going to wrap up the video there today. Let me know if you've got any ideas. Let me know if you've got any theories, anything like that, anything about the dinos. You name it. Just chuck it down in the comments. I'll take a look and read through them. And I'll just, you know, maybe make another video about them all. But these dudes look absolutely sick. Especially, I like this guy, but I'm a real big fan of this Magmadon looking dude. Like, Magma Lizard just screams CJ. So guys, that's going to wrap up the video for today. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe down below for more. But on that, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.